Hello everyone, this is a tutorial on the current route for the X-Files Resist or Serve Scully category. As you'll notice, the category is split on the leaderboard between real hardware and emulator. And the main reason that I'm aware of for this is that the load times on the emulator are lightning fast compared to the real hardware. The real hardware is quite slow, and so that's why we split that up. Linked in the description will be a link to a Discord, which will have a nice little cheat sheet for any puzzle combinations and stuff like that throughout the game that you'll need. It'll also be a great way to sort of discuss possible strats and stuff. This game is very much unoptimized in the sense that having only 3 runners, there hasn't really been too much communication back and forth about strat ideas and all that kind of stuff, and so it's really, I think there's a lot that we can like learn about the game still and break it open a bit more, but it's one of those things where there's just not enough of a community yet to really like have really busted it wide open. So let's get into the game. I'm going to break this up into a few parts just for the ease of like learning, so you say you're struggling in late game, you don't have to skip through 50 minutes of a video just to try and figure out what the hell you're doing. So timer will start after you've selected Scully. Timer will start when you hit accept on Act 1. So timer started. And we've got a couple of little cutscenes. Now I will note I haven't run this game in a year, outside of a couple of little fun speedrun marathons, so my movement's going to be really rubbish, but this is a route tutorial, not a movement tutorial more than anything else. Yeah, another cutscene skip. We kill that guy mostly because he drops a couple of ammo clips, and that's going to come in handy way later. More so in like chapter 2, because you can get away with this chapter with not really killing too many zombies. But there's a few parts later on that are a bit yikes. So we want to head straight to the reception of the motel. We want to pick up the keys to this room. Head back out. And then we're going to look for the room at the end here, which is the only one that's like lit. Oh geez, I wonder. Yeah, that's totally it. And then this guy can get in the way a bit, so I tend to just tank a hit. Like, you can try to run around, but I find it's just easier to take that first hit, not necessarily that second one, and then you just want to leg it. And you want to use that key that we got to open that gate. We're going to head up through here, past the doctor's office, which is on the right-hand side there. Your right, not Scully's right. Then we want to hook a left here. I'm going to try to avoid this zombie. And then we're going to pick up the bolt cutters, which are just in front of the hardware store. And then we're going to run down and try to avoid these zombies, which we didn't do. Chuck a left here. Try not to get hit. Sometimes the enemy movement in these areas are just really wacky. And it's sometimes hard to determine what they're going to do. Sometimes they'll just potato, other times they're already on you.
Sheriff?
So we've entered the police station. We want to go into the cells here. I'm going to talk to Chaco. He's going to tell us that he needs his meds. So we're going to pick up his keys, his trailer keys, from this bench. And we're going to leave the police station. Then we're going to go around here to the left. keep going straight. And when the camera changes in a moment, it's going to, like, you'll see the little X pop up, and that's when we use the bolt cutters on this fence here to get through. Wow, I'm getting slapped all over the place today. So you see it pop up, use your bolt cutters, go in here. Now, we go here twice, and I don't often kill these guys. You don't have to kill the guys at all, but I recommend doing that the second time once you've got Molder. So we've got to run past this fella. Go into Chaco's trailer here. Now there's... pick up his meds. There is an ammo clip there if you feel like you need it. Oh my god, camera, please. Skip the cutscene of the dogs, and then we want to hook it. Dogs can turbo real crazy. They're like any dog in a horror game. They're just the absolute worst, as you can see. So yeah, you want to try and keep your lines as straight as possible and hope that they don't just go crazy. And now we want to go back to the police station, so we want to head back this way. There's still a lot of RNG manipulations that could probably still be done with these zombies. It's just, as mentioned before, there's not much of a discussion had at all about strats or whatever. You can blind them with the flashlight, but Scully moves slower when she has her flashlight out. Same with the gun. You don't want to be running around with your gun drawn because Scully just moves slower. So we've gone back into the police station. Cutscene. Get to about here, pull out our gun, shoot this bloke, put the gun away. It'll play a cutscene. Now we want to leave the police station. And that doctor's office we ran past earlier, we're going to go head into that now. Okay, so we want to head back this way. Again, there's going to be zombies here, and their positioning is always random, so you don't know what they're going to be doing. If Mulder gets grabbed a couple of times, don't worry too much about that, because he will catch up to you once the scene changes. Just want to keep going past the car. Head to the nicely lit doctor's office, because you know it's not saying, hey, come in here at all. Okay, I'm going to go to this door to the left of when you come in. And then this one here. Now there will be the code for this one in the Discord, but the code is 57383. Now you can pick these up before or after this cutscene, but I like to pick it up before. So it's already in my inventory. So we pick up the microscope slides, pull out a gun, open this door. We'll have another cutscene. Kill this zombie. And then we go into the first autopsy section. Now the autopsy sections, you have to put the gloves and the goggles on before you can do anything. If you try and go straight for the scalpel, it won't let you. So we do our big Y incision here. Grab the syringe, and we want to go to the stomach. Gun away. Now we want to head back over here to where we picked up those slides. You'll see the little X pop up. And now we want to take the microscope slides, combine that with the syringe, activate the thing, and then the code for this one, again, will be in the thing, is 432. And then we want to run over to Mulder and then give him the antidote, because he's been infected. And we want to head back out here, and now we're going to go back to Choco's, well, not Choco's trailer, but the trailer park, I should say. And I'm going to go rummaging through the twins trailer. Thankfully for us, the trailer park is right here. So the dog's going to be waiting for us. I like to pull out my gun and refill my ammo before going in, because we've only got those few steps, so it doesn't matter if we're running a little bit slower. It's just easier to try and have a weapon drawn than dealing with dogs right off the bat, because as you can see, you can get the worst RNG with these dogs. And you don't have to kill these guys either, actually. Did that drop something? Okay, so one thing to note, this game is actually very good about dropping ammo and health if you need it. So if you're like super low on health and you kill an enemy and you don't have any health packs, usually it will drop one. So you don't have to kill these guys, and given their positioning, I'm probably going to skip it for this. But if you're unsure, you can definitely kill both of them, or at least one of them. That way you're not having to deal with them blocking the doorway. So we go to this particular trailer, we go in here, pick up the Hector's garage key. Now there is some painkillers here, which is another form of health. So if you feel like you need to pick up some extra health, it's right there. Bang. So that wasn't too bad, if you see what I mean. You don't have to kill them. If you move and maneuver well enough, you can... you don't have to worry about killing them. Now this part is another part that sort of could benefit from some brainstorming. Basically, you're going to have like 4 or 5 of these guys on you while you're trying to kill a specific zombie. So we're heading to the post office now. So he's in the way. We don't want that. Well, they're never usually this close to where I'm running to. But anyway, we're heading over to the post office because we want to kill this guy who's got the post office key. If you're ever worried about whether a zombie's dead, Scully will take her aim off them once they're dead. So we pick up the key, go through here. I'm going to go down this way to this smaller door. Again through this smaller door. And you want to leave through the front of the post office, which is just here. We try to avoid him. Sometimes he's, again, much like the other zombies, he's just there waiting for you. Basically going to follow this around. We're going to encounter a few guys here. So again, it's just trying to keep your lines as straight as possible, but also avoiding the zombies if you need to. Because they can be a menace. Like that. Once we see this camera change, we want to hug this wall. And you can go in between the tree and the wall, and it's like a nice little shortcut getting into the gas station here. Don't need to worry about anything in this gas station outside, so don't worry about those bangs. Go through this door. Go through this door. Now, we're approaching the first mini-boss. This is Hector. Now, Hector can be a bit of a jerk. The idea is to crush him under the car 3 times. Some days, he will just take it, and you can one-cycle him. Other days, he's just a speedy boy and will just go straight for you, and you have to try and maneuver around and get him to stay underneath the car as many times as it takes to kill him. So, we'll hopefully get the better RNG, but it's kind of hard to tell his movement too, because sometimes he just kind of... See, like that is not bad, and because he's already moved forward, we want to stand about here, get him to swipe, and bang. So if he starts to come like it's too far out from underneath the car, you want to try and get under there and manipulate him a bit. So we pick up the jack and the cigar box, and then we want to leave. So we go the same way we came. We're basically just going back through the exact same way. So we want to go back past those zombies, back into the post office. The camera can mess you up a little bit here sometimes too, coming around that corner, because it takes a while to center on Scully, so like the zombies can be waiting for you there, and you won't see them until it's too late. But that wasn't too bad. Back in through the post office door here. Now there can be a zombie waiting for us at this door too, but most of the time you can avoid him. Just like that. Not doing anything special there, literally just running at an angle. Okay, sometimes get stuck on that door too, but it's analog controls for you. Alright, so we're going to come back down this way past the doctor's office. Or at least the street that the doctor's office is on, I should say. And once we get to this point, we're going to hook a left. Well, I suppose it's straightforward, but it's a left from that street. And you'll see Mulder standing in the corner there, and we're aiming to get to Mulder. So usually you can avoid these guys if you just hang to the right here. Couple more cutscenes to skip. Now over here by the fire truck is the key that we need to get into the actual fire station house. The door is here behind the truck. I'm going to run straight through this door and then straight through the door ahead of us. Take this door next to the beds. And this door to Scully's left. Straightforward. And now we're coming up to more dogs. They're great. This one can be a bit of a pain sometimes. That wasn't... Oh, that might be bad. Oh, no, we're good. So there's two strats for this part here. We can either safely kill the dogs and waste time and ammo, or we can do the risky strat, which I will do for the purpose of the tutorial. And that is to run to the far left here. Just try and keep as far away from the dogs as possible. I was doing a practice run of this earlier, and I got them stuck on one of these blocks here, and it was funny because they just couldn't do anything. And meet back up with Mulder through this door. Once we go through this door, they won't touch us. I'm going to head over to this door here. Once the X pops up, we want to examine the cigar box. It shows us that we've got the keys. Back out. Activate the keys. Then we can get through. We're going to find Caitlin, who's down here hiding. Let's get the cutscene. Now we want to go back where we came from. It's going to play another couple of cutscenes actually. Again, sorry about the movement being so trash. This is another point where they're split up. In Mulder's scenario, you're actually fighting a boss here, while Scully and Caitlin escape.
No. No.
We want to go through under here. This area is pretty straightforward. We run straight until we get near the top of this hill, and then we hook a left, and it'll take us into the cemetery. So we start heading left here, once we see that tree. And once we come in here, we want to immediately run around one of the tombstones towards the camera. And what that's going to do is that's going to put us pretty much, bang, right where we need to go. Climb up here. I've named him Barry. He's a bit of a jerk, if you couldn't tell. Scully, would you like to hop down, please? Thank you. Scully can be a bit of a pain with that. Use those now. We'll get to this, and then we use the bolt cutters again. Couple more cutscenes. This first part of the game is very cutscene heavy, but thankfully we can skip all of them. So we talk to those guys, head out here. Oh my God, Mulder. Skip this cutscene. Talk to these guys twice until the bloke up the front has left. Like that. Run through this door. Now on this chair here. Now this took me a lot of time to figure out at my first playthrough, but we need to pick up the night vision goggles that are here. Play yet another cutscene. Go through this door. There is a health pack here, if you feel like you need it. Go through here. Now coming up is the worst part of this chapter. So in this section coming up, Mulder cannot see. So he relies on you. So you can't get too many steps ahead of him, otherwise he stops and sings out to you. I've worked out that you can get about 3 to 4 steps running before you have to stop and walk a few steps to let him catch up to you. But there are also points in here where zombies will spawn. So if you're not fast enough, more zombies will spawn. Makes it more of a mess to deal with, and it's just not fun. So you'll see to the left there's like a little bit of a turn. Now, if you're, see what I mean? Like, you just didn't have enough time to catch up. If you're too slow, a zombie will spawn. Oh, he's not playing the game today. But yeah, that to the left there is a zombie will spawn if you're slow enough, if you're too slow. Now, this part here, when we get to the ladder, we actually have to wait for Mulder to catch up to us and stop. Otherwise, when we go upstairs, he's going to be lost and confused. And I guess that just translates from being down here, and and it just makes things really difficult because he wastes our time. So I'm just taking it a bit slow this time. You know, I do try to take this guy out, not kill him, but at least knock him to the ground, so that way we can try and slip between these two, but it didn't work. That's okay, I guess. No. But you can see what I mean. Like, if Mulder gets lost and more zombies spawn and get in the way, it's just, it's the worst thing to deal with. I've had some runs where it's gone flawlessly. I've had other runs like this one where he's just not playing the game. But it's all about how quickly you can get it done without losing Mulder. So run through here. Oh look, another cutscene. So we want to run over here, pick up this, pull out our gun, open this door. We'll kill the bloke that's in here because he's just a nuisance. Scully's not even hitting him. There we go. Okay. Oh, sorry, I did that a bit too early. Flick that up if you want to turn the power off. Hit this button here.
Scully.
Flick that back down. Now we want to go to the cable car. Activate this. And then we're going to find a bomb. And again, the code for this bomb to defuse it is in the cheat sheet in the Discord. But if you just want to write it down, the code is 427. Skip that cutscene. And that concludes part 1 of the tutorial. And I hope that helped a bit. We don't want to save here. We'll catch you in the next one.